The deadline in this sector for voluntary presentation at the experimental center is 6 o'clock.
You're supposed to be an artist. Use your imagination.
Oh, thanks a lot. I'm all out.
What's happening, everybody? Sheldon J. Think About It Radio. I got another great one lined up for you tonight. Man, I got Mr. Rickey Moten on the line. This cat here is a world-class bodybuilder, world-class personal trainer, and just a world-class great gentleman. And we're going to chop it up for a few minutes tonight. He's going to let y'all know what he's up to and everything. Mr. Rickey, thank you for being on the show, my brother.
Oh, man, it's no problem, man. It's my pleasure.
I appreciate the time. Appreciate the time, my brother. Appreciate the time, my man. Now, let the people know what you've been up to, my man. Because I just gave you a little brief snippet, you know what I mean? But you know what you've been doing better than me.
Man, lately I've just been, training my clients, getting them ready for shows. Coming off, just recently did my third show back in July in Vegas, where I took first place in my class and, officially became a, professional bodybuilder and my pro card. So, it still hasn't really set in that I'm a professional athlete right now. It's a little different.
Well, I tell you what, you look like one.
Man, it's all just the lights, mirrors, and angles.
That's what they say. Nah, bro, you swole like He-Man up in his camp, dog. But like I always like talking with you though, man, because I like your mind. I like the way you think about certain things as well. And with bodybuilding, right, and personal training and stuff like that, what kind of excuses or setbacks you hear people give in reference to not working out and not taking care of their bodies?
Man, I've heard so many as much as they don't have the time. Mm-hmm. I've had a couple of people tell me they don't want to actually start with a trainer until they get in shape. Well, you have a lot of objections. Mainly it's the mindset of the people. If you want the results, you have to get it. A lot of people talk about wanting the results, but they haven't set their mind to where they actually will go and achieve it. Change your mind, change your body, change your mind, change your life.
That's what's up. And that doesn't just relate to bodybuilding, right? That's everything, right? All across the board.
Yeah, that's everything. With me becoming a bodybuilder and everything, that's actually helped me make different changes in my life because of the discipline that you have to have. Mm-hmm. So by being disciplined on this diet, everything, can you imagine being on a diet for 4 months?
Nah, bro. Especially now they tell me I can't eat no chicken.
No fast foods for 4 months.
No fridges?
Nothing. No fridges. I did, my show was July 30th.
Yeah.
And I came back from Vegas. I made it back August 2nd. August 3rd, I was on a diet again. I've been on a diet ever since August 3rd, and I'm just now yesterday, I officially started prep for my next show, and I'm still 17 weeks away from that. So you go back to August 3rd, and I've been on a diet. I'm basically dieting from August 3rd all the way until the beginning of next year.
Now, see, you gotta want to do that, right? Because when you diet, you have certain stuff you can eat, certain stuff you can drink, certain habits you have to maintain. So you definitely have to be dedicated to this thing, for real.
Yeah, you have to be dedicated. It's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people try, and a lot of people, they can't succeed at it. It's mentally the worst part. Well, the hardest part about it is not the physical. Mm-hmm. Going into the gym and working out, moving the weights, that's the easy part. The diet is the hard part. And the closer you get to the show, you have no carbs, no energy, but you still have to work out. and it becomes mentally draining. It's not physically. It messes with you mentally.
Mm-hmm.
There's been times where I'm trying to tell my wife something. I'm about, a week or two away from the show.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell my wife something. And I will start off like, hey, did I tell you? Hey, did I tell you? Hey, did I tell you? And I would just keep repeating it. It gets you that drained that you can barely complete sentences. You really start to forget things.
Golly, man. But you say at the end it's worth it though, right? When you win the championships, I guess when you go through all that you go through, all the sacrifices, when you actually win the championship, as you said, got your card and everything, does that make it worth it?
It's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it because, I don't know if a lot of people truly understand how hard it is to turn pro. First, you have to do a national qualifier. So you have to place top 5 to qualify for nationals.
Just to qualify.
Just to qualify for nationals. Then you have to go to nationals, and depending on the show, you can either place top 2 in your class, or you have to place like top 3 overall out of everybody in your division in all the height classes.
Wow!
And I know several people that's been doing it for years. I've only done 3 shows.
3.
The show that I went pro at, that was my 3rd show.
Say 3rd time's the charm, right? Say the 3rd time's the charm, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. Third time's the charm. I mean, it was. I mean, it's just such a crazy experience. One national show, and it's the biggest national show.
That's what's up.
So that's what really made it. That's what really made it, that much better.
Well, your hard work definitely paid off, man, because I remember you telling me about the amount of water that you had to drink, just to be at a certain weight and stuff, man. I mean, just down to the water, man. It's crazy.
Down to the water, from 2 gallons to 2.5 to 3 gallons.
Golly,
3 gallons of water a day.
Just drink that water. I'm talking about, I think I'm doing some of my 2-3 cups. I ain't doing nothing.
and this, man, it's so, you have to have a coach that knows what they're doing to, you'll see so many people. It's so much science. So much science that goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of science goes into it.
Mm-hmm. So it's more than just lifting weights.
When you start to drink a lot of water, you have to increase the amount of sodium you take in.
Because you're sweating, right?
You're flushing all that water up. All your electrolytes and sodium is going away. So if you don't increase that sodium intake, as soon as you get on stage and try to flex, your whole body will lock up and cramp up.
God, no. So this process is
and we've actually had competitors to die from that.
Seriously, like because of lack of sodium in the body.
And potassium levels drop all the way down to around 1.4. Levels are like that low.
Golly, man. So it definitely, as you say, it's not just lifting weights. It's not just eating. It's not just the science. It's a whole combination of all that. And I guess that's why it's only one winner every year, because it takes a lot to even get to that particular point. And then yet to win, man, dude, that is a humongous doggone charge, man. I mean, that's a humongous doggone thing you've done, man, because you said that all the people that go through the same process you go through, and at the end of the day, you held it up, and they say you numero uno out of this whole thing. Yeah, brother, pat yourself on the back, my man. That's what's up.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. Hey, man, too, before I forget, let the people know how to get a hold of you, man, if they want to set up any appointments with your personal training, anything like that. It's your platform to do that, too, my man.
Man, you can they can hit me up on my email, beachmodephysique@gmail.com. They can also hit me up on Instagram at officialrealty_IFBB Pro.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Because that's what it's about, though, man. Effective networking is what Think About It Radio is about. You did?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Effective networking going here. Now, on another subject, because I always like to, see what brothers like to talk about. We got an election coming up next week, right?
Yeah, it's that's the one thing, man. The election is always around my birthday.
So you got to talk about it one way or the other, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I see people just like all up in arms about it, though, man, about who gets in is going to be this, or whoever the other person gets in is going to be that. So it's a lot of fear and a lot of anger and a lot of separation. But what my personal belief on it, man, is that, I think you have to take care of your own kingdom, your own empire, right? Because that is exactly what that is. They're talking to who they're talking to. They're going to take care of who they're going to take care of. But I think we have to take care of our own, you know what I mean? That's around us before we worry about all that stuff that we really can't control anyway.
Exactly. You should. One thing I've never put my faith into a politician,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason for that is a politician. They have a job to do. It's like a used car salesman.
Yes, sir.
He has to hit his numbers. He has to keep his job. He has a quota. He has a certain task that he has to accomplish. Mm-hmm. So he's going to wheel and deal and say any and everything that he can to get you to believe in him.
Exactly.
And once you believe in him, you fall into that trap that he set for you,
mm-hmm.
and he's good. He doesn't care about you. As long as used car salesman, as long as he gets your money, a politician, as long as he or she gets your vote.
Yes, sir.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
On here and say any and everything.
Yep. That's what I'm supposed to do.
No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You're
right, man.
Hate, you can have a politician that hates a certain race, but then get close to election time when they're on that campaign trail.
Mm-hmm.
Have
we
something,
love you.
Have something happen to that race. They're going to go and they're going to speak on it. They're going to show. And I put this in quotation marks, sympathy.
Yeah. Quote unquote sympathy.
But it doesn't, it's not true. It's all to keep a job.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You see that, though, and what I am noticing too, though, that a lot of African-American people are seeing that right now, because I was listening to some reports, right, that the numbers are down this particular election cycle. So people not just jumping out there and voting Democratic just because, Obama got 95% a few years ago, and so they thinking that they can just have their vote. But honestly, they just talking to black people 2 weeks before the election started happening. So I'm like, you letting them know what you think about them, and what I'm realizing that a lot of black people, they letting them know what they think about them also. And I'm liking that movement because they're saying you need to earn our vote. You're not just going to get it like, it's been given in the past. And I like that. It seems like a movement is starting, my man.
Right. And man, there's a couple things that I could go into detail about, to mention a few different names that probably 99% of the population wouldn't even recognize, some families that run things behind the scenes.
Exactly.
That no one seems to see.
Yes, sir. It's
to
only a
speak
few.
on that. And the reason I'm not going to speak on it
Yes, sir.
is because I would rather people hear this and then go research it for themselves and try to figure it out.
Exactly. That's the purpose again, though, man, of Think About It Radio, to get us to think about stuff that we normally don't put in the forefront of our mind. And by having these kind of positive conversations,